सर्वधर्मस्थापकत्वं सर्वधर्मस्वरूपकः आचार्याणां महाचार्यो Ramakrishnaaya te namaha. O establisher of all the faiths, embodiment of all the religions, the greatest teacher among all the teachers, O Sri Ramakrishna, my salutations to you. Namaste, Pranam. Sri Ramakrishna and some of his intimate disciples, Sri Ramachandra Datta, Bhavanath, M, Rakhal, and a few others, they have all come to attend that festival of flattened rice at Panihati. The center stage of this festival is the Radhakrishna temple. This festival, which was started by Raghunath Das at the instance of Nityananda. Raghunath Das, who was a disciple of Sri Chaitanya, he used to come and all alone, he used to come and start doing japa, chanting the name in this temple, away from anyone's notice, not making anyone know that he is going there to carry out his devotional practices. And one day, Nityananda, brother of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he, in a mock anger, he had told Raghunath Das that, "You thief, all alone you are going and practicing your devotional practices, your devotional sadhana, you are chanting the name all alone without letting anyone know about it. Now here is a punishment for you." And he had given this punishment to Raghunath Das, that he will arrange this festival of flattened rice with all the devotees in the surrounding areas and enjoy chanting the name of Hari. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. So in that particular festival, the custodian of this temple, Radha Krishna temple, Sri Mani Sen, he had invited Sri Ramakrishna and some of his intimate disciples. So Sri Ramakrishna had come there and he joined this group. He joined this group in singing the glories of Hari and dancing, and frequently he went into samadhi while dancing and chanting and singing the glories of Lord Hari. That was kind of a scene to be watched. All the devotees, they were enthralled by this spiritual fervor of Sri Ramakrishna. Often Sri Ramakrishna, in that state of samadhi, he was supported by Manisen's guru, Navadvip Goswami. He was often holding Sri Ramakrishna lest he should fall down in that state of samadhi. Now, Sri Ramakrishna enjoyed that singing and dancing, and then subsequently he sang one song and he led the chorus, himself singing that song of the two brothers, Chaitanya and Nityananda. And the song kind of highlighting the major advents in the lives of these two brothers. These two brothers who are, as if, I mean, they are considered to be the descendants of Lord Krishna and Balarama from Vraja. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his brother Nityananda. And the song also told us about how these two brothers, they got rid of the caste system as it is. For them, anyone taking the name of Hari was their brother. They would go and embrace the person taking the name of Hari. For them, there was no person high caste, low caste, untouchable, outcast. Even the ruffians like Jagai and Madhai, they had brought them out of their sinful tendencies by giving them the name of Hari. And that was the song as it is, Behold the two brothers, Gaur and Nitai, who came again to save mankind. After that song, Sri Ramakrishna also sang another song pertaining to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Gauranga. See how all Nadia is shaking, all the entire Nadia, the village where these two brothers belonged to, it was shaking with the spiritual fervor as these two brothers went on spreading the name of Hari. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, under the waves of Gauranga's love. This entire village of Nadia was shaking under the love of Gauranga, under the love of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And after the singing and dancing, and the festivities were over, Sri Mani Sen took them to his house. along with his guru Navadvip Goswami, and then Sri Ramakrishna started talking to all these those who have gathered, including Navadvip Goswami. He was a great scholar. He was a great devotee also, and we have seen that the way he supported Sri Ramakrishna during his samadhi. Sri Ramakrishna during samadhi, if a person of worldly tendencies, worldly minded person would touch him, he would cry in pain as if a scorpion has bitten him. But Navadvip Goswami was a person of a very high spiritual state. He could hold Sri Ramakrishna, and Sri Ramakrishna could bear his touch, supporting him and holding him from falling down. Now, Sri Ramakrishna started talking about this entire movement that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had started was on the basis of bhakti, the devotion, the great devotee that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, an incarnate of Sri Krishna himself, he had started spreading among the people by spreading the name of Hari. Now, Sri Ramakrishna starts talking about the path of bhakti. How this bhakti as a path, it has three stages. As a devotee starts growing in his spiritual stature on the path of devotion, on the path of bhakti, how he attains to three states, as if three states, one after the other. So now Sri Ramakrishna is explaining how this bhakti leads to God attainment. Sri Ramakrishna. Bhakti matured becomes bhava. Now there are three stages. Bhakti matured becomes bhava. Next is mahabhava. And then is the prema. Prema is not just ordinary love. Prema is the prema bhakti that Sri Ramakrishna always talks about. It is the ripe bhakti. It is the raga bhakti. So, as a devotee starts progressing on the path of devotion, first he attains to the state of bhava. Next is the mahabhava. And third is the prema. And last of all, once he attains to that state of prema, he is the attainment of God. Next step after the prema bhakti is as good as attaining the God. The moment a devotee gets to the stage of prema bhakti, he is sure of getting realization of the God. Gauranga experienced the states of mahabhava and prema. Gauranga was Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was an incarnate, and he could easily reach to the stages of mahabhava and prema also. Now, in the tradition, it is only the gopis, it is only Radha who had reached that stage of prema. And here it says, Sri Ramakrishna says, even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Gauranga, he also had reached the stages of bhava is not very common. The bhava is a very common stage for all the devotees to attain. Attaining mahabhava and prema is the rarest of the rare thing, which only some of the gopis had, which only Radha had, and which Gauranga Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also had attained to these stages, the ultimate stages on the path of devotion, the mahabhava and the prema. When prema is awakened, a devotee completely forgets the world. Once a devotee reaches to the stage of prema bhakti, it is as good as a samadhi of the yogi. He becomes one with the Lord. When prema is awakened, a devotee completely forgets the world. He also forgets his body, which is so dear to a man. The body consciousness drops when one attains prema. Then it is only me and my Krishna, it is only me and my mother, it is only me and my Kali, it is only me and my Durga. Once that stage of prema bhakti is attained, the body consciousness just drops. What is this body? I don't know. We go beyond this panchakosha. When prema is awakened, a devotee completely forgets the world. He also forgets his body, which is so dear to a man. Our body is so much dear to us. We take all the pains and all the efforts to maintain this body, to keep it beautiful, to prevent it from aging. All these things, we are so much worried. We are so much conscious of our body, of our bodily existence. But once a devotee attains to prema, he forgets about the body also, which is so dear to all the people around. Gauranga experienced prema. Gauranga experienced mahabhava. Gauranga experienced prema. He jumped into the ocean thinking it to be Yamuna. The moment he saw that ocean near his place, Nadia, thinking that this is river Yamuna flowing at Vrindavan, he just jumped into the river. He got into that Krishna consciousness, seeing the water as such. Any water for Krishna, for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was like Yamuna of Vrindavan. So he, seeing that ocean, he jumped in the ocean. Then finally people had to rescue him, take him out. He was not at all aware of what he was doing. He just thought, oh, let me be with my Yamuna at Vrindavan. Let me jump into the Yamuna and enjoy that beautiful swimming, enjoy that beautiful oneness being in Yamuna of Vrindavan. He jumped into the ocean thinking it to be the Jamuna. The ordinary jiva does not experience mahabhava or prema. The ordinary jiva, the ordinary devotee is restricted only at the level of bhava. For the ordinary devotee, mahabhava and prema are much, much, much beyond. They are far ahead on the path of devotion. So ordinarily, the devotees, they only get to the stage of bhava. Now, what happens at these three stages? That also Sri Ramakrishna is explaining so that we better understand how devotees behave at these states of bhakti. The ordinary jiva does not experience mahabhava or prema. He goes only as far as bhava. But Gauranga experienced all three types of states. Gauranga was one of those incarnates who had attained all the three states of the path of bhakti. And when we look at Sri Ramakrishna's getting into samadhi at while dancing, chanting the name and singing the glories of Hari, we also see Sri Ramakrishna also had attained to all these three states. Bhava, of course, he had. He had also reached the stage of mahabhava and he has also reached the stage of prema. Now, Sri Ramakrishna asks NAVADVIP Goswami. NAVADVIP Goswami is an authority on the path of devotion for that matter. So, Sri Ramakrishna asks NAVADVIP Goswami, isn't that so? That Sri Gauranga had reached all the stages, all the states of this path of bhakti. He had the bhava, of course. He had reached mahabhava and he had reached prema also. And to this, NAVADVIP Goswami says, yes, sir, that is true. The inmost state, the semi-conscious state, and the conscious state. Now, Navadvip is giving a further clarification on these three states that Sri Ramakrishna has told us. The bhava, mahabhava, and the prema. Bhava is the conscious state. The mahabhava is the semi-conscious state. And prema is the inmost state. These are the three states that the bhava, mahabhava, and prema, they connote. So Sri Navadvip Goswami gives further clarification on these three states which Sri Ramakrishna has told us. And then Sri Ramakrishna says, further he elaborates the explanation of Navadvip Goswami. Sri Ramakrishna says, in the inmost state, that is the prema, in the inmost state, he would remain in samadhi. Gauranga, Sri Chaitanya Deva would remain in samadhi. And here, while dancing, chanting and singing the glories of Hari, we saw Sri Ramakrishna also entering samadhi now and then. Sri Ramakrishna had attained that state of prema, that inmost state that Sri Navadvip Goswami had explained about. The inmost state is the ultimate prema, and that leads a devotee to the state of samadhi. In inmost state, he would remain in samadhi, unconscious of the outer world. What is happening outside? The person is not aware at all. The person just enters in his anahata chakra as if, and becomes one with the chosen deity, becomes one with the chosen ideal. That is the inmost state. In the semi-conscious state, in the mahabhava state, the person he could only dance. When a devotee gets to the mahabhava state. By way of giving an example of Sri Chaitanya Deva's behavior in these three states, in the inmost state, he went into samadhi. In the semi-conscious state, he went on dancing in that spiritual fervor, in that very elevated spiritual mood. He started dancing. He started dancing with tears flowing from his eyes, and that's what Sri Ramakrishna also had shown us, that he had entered into that stage of dancing while chanting the name of Hari, and that was the semi-conscious state. And when the person in the conscious state, he chanted the name of God. That is the usual. In the conscious state, in the bhava aspect, in the bhava state of bhakti, the devotee keeps on chanting the name of God. It is the constant repetition: Hari, 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 Kali, 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 Durga, 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 Rama, 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 Rama. That's what happens when the person, a devotee, is in the state of bhava. That is the conscious state. The conscious state where I know that I am a devotee, and there in front of me is sitting my chosen ideal, and I'm chanting his name. So these are the three different stages of the path of bhakti, three states of the path of bhakti: bhava, mahabhava, and the prema. The conscious state, the semi-conscious state, and the inmost state. So that is how Sri Ramakrishna has beautifully explained, and which was also further collaborated by Sri NAVADVIP Goswami as to what these three states are. And then Sri Ramakrishna also explained to us how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he behaved during these stages. In the stages of in the state of bhava, it was only chanting the name Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. In the state of semi-consciousness, it was singing the glories and dancing, singing the glories of Lord Hari, singing the glories of the Lord Himself, singing the glories of the chosen deity. That is the semi-conscious state where man forgets the outside world and just tries to merge in the Lord, and finally is the inmost state, the prema bhakti, where the person gets into samadhi and actually becomes one with the Lord, actually becomes one with the chosen deity. So these three stages Sri Ramakrishna has beautifully explained to us in this particular teaching for the day. Om Namah Shri Bhagavate Ramakrishnaya. Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. Jai Thakur, Jai Ma, Jai Swamiji.